Yes, good morning class. Today we will start with another important topic, that is state space analysis. Previously I have told you for this you will need the prerequisite of matrix multiplication of 2 by 2 matrix or 2 by 3 matrix or maximum 3 by 3 matrix. So what do you mean by states? What do you mean by space, and how to analyze the state space? Okay. Am I audible? Is screen visible? Okay. So what is the outline of this my presentation? The outline is how to find the mathematical modeling called as state space representation. So what is state space representation for a linear time invariant system? Okay. And then how to convert between the transfer function and the state space model. Actually, we will see in the upcoming lectures of this state space analysis. So what do you mean by actually state space modeling? State space, okay, alternate method of modeling a system than differential or difference equations, or another that is a transfer function. So it is different from all these, that is differential equation representation, transfer function representation, also the difference equation. We use the matrices and vectors to represent the system, parameters and variables. So any system which is given, we represent with the system parameters in the form of input and output model. So in control engineering, a state space representation is a mathematical model of a physical system as a set of input and output and a state variables related by the first order differential equations. To abstract from the number of inputs and output and the states, the variable is expressed as a vector. Okay, so we will see one by one definition what actually this state space equation, state space modeling, which means. Okay. So what is the motivation for the state space modeling? Why we are going for the state space modeling? Why not a transfer function model? Because we were having the transfer function model. Okay. So why then we are going for this state space modeling? Because it is easier for the computer to perform matrix algebra. Example, MATLAB does all the computations as a matrix. So for handling the multiple input and multiple output system, we are going for the state space modeling. Okay. So what does state space modeling provides? It provides more information about the system, also provides the knowledge of the internal variable states. Yes. So it is primarily used in complicated large scale systems that is state space modeling. So note down this. These definitions are very, very important in your university paper. They are asking in all the previous year question papers. This is one of the favorite questions, definitions of state, and then state variable, also what is state vector, and then what is state space, or also state space equation. This question is coming for 7 to 8 marks in from the 6th unit. So this is one of the favorite equation or the definitions. So what is the first definition? As our unit says, it is state space analysis. So what do you actually mean by state? So here is the definition of state. The state of a dynamic system is the smallest set of variables called as state variables. Okay? Such that the knowledge of these variables at t equals to t0 together with the knowledge of the input for t greater than equals to t0 completely determines the behavior of the system for any time t to t0. This is the definition of state. So by default, you have to revise or by heart this state equation. How it is coming and what is the logic of that you should not bother. But you should understand and then keep that in mind. What do you mean by state? A state is a dynamic system, is the smallest set of variables called as state variable, such that the knowledge of these variables at t equals to t0 together with the knowledge of the input for t greater than equals to t0, which completely determines the behavior of the system at any time from t to t0. This is actually the definition of state. So write down or take the screenshot of this slide. You would be required many times. What do you mean by state? So in this, note that the concept of state is by no means limited to physical system. It is applicable to biological systems, economic systems, social systems, and others. So what is state? A state is a dynamic system of a smallest set of variables. Smallest set of variable means we will call it as state variables, such that the knowledge of these variables at t equals to t0 together with the knowledge of the input for t greater than equal to t0 completely determines the behavior of the system for any time t equals to t0. So this is the definition for state. Note it down or take the screenshot of this slide, which is very, very important. What do you mean by states? So now, what is meant by actually state variables? The state variable of a dynamic system are the variables making up the smallest set of variables that determines the state of a dynamic system. This is known as the state variables. Yes? What is state variable? State variable of a dynamic system are the variables making up the smallest set of the variable which determines the state of the dynamic system. It is known as the state variables. Yes? Have you got the definition of state variable? So if at least n variables, say for example x1, x2 and x3 up to xn, these are your variables and needed completely to be described by the behavior of the dynamic system. If at least n variable x1, x2, x up to xn are needed to be completely described by the behavior of the dynamic system, so that once the input is given for t is greater than equal to t0 and the initial state at t equals to t0 is specified, the further states of the system is completely determined, or the future state of the system is completely determined, then such variables are the set of state variables. Yes. So what is state variables? A state variable of a dynamic systems are the variables making up the smallest set of a variable that determines the state of the dynamic system. And what is the second point? If at least n variables, so say for example x1, x2 up to xn are neededly completely described by the dynamic system, so that once the input is given for t greater than t0 and the initial state at t equals to t0, it is specified, the future state of the system is completely determined, then such variables are the set of a state variable. So this is the definition for the state variable. First of all, we have seen state. Now we have seen the state variable. So have you noted down or take the screenshot of this slide? So now moving forward, what is actually the state vector? State variable, and then state vector. A vector whose elements are the state variables. Yes, a vector whose elements are the state variables. If n state variables are needed to be completely described by the behavior of the given system, then these n state variables can be considered the n components of a vector x, such that the vector is a state vector. Okay. Now, a state vector is thus a vector that determines the uniquely system state x of t for any time t greater than equals to t0. Okay. Once the state at a t equals to t0, it is given, and the input u of t for t greater than equal to t0, it is specified. So this is the definition for the state vector. So what is a state vector? A state vector whose elements are the state variables. And if n state variables are needed to be completely described by the behavior of the given system, then these n state variables can be considered to be n component of a vector x, such that the vector is called as a state vector. And then a state vector is thus a vector which determines the uniquely system state, that is x of t, for any time t is greater than equal to t0. Once the state at t equals to t0, it is given, and the input u of t for t greater than t0, it is specified. So this is the definition for state vector. So keep that in mind, or take the screenshot or note it down. The definition for the state vector. First of all, we have seen state, then state equations, state variables, and then state vector. Now we will see what actually state space means. Because our unit itself says it is a state space analysis. So what is meant by state space? The n-dimensional space whose coordinate axis consists of x1 axis, x2 axis up to xn axis, where x1, x2 and xn are the state variables. It is called as a state space. Yes, have you understood? The n-dimensional space whose coordinate axis consists of x1 axis, x2 axis up to xn axis, and this x1, x2, xn are the state variable. It is called as the state space. Now, the state space refers to the space whose axes are the state variables, or the state of the system can be represented as a vector within that space. So this is the definition for the state space. Yes. Now, what are these equations? So definition we have seen: state, then state variable, state equation, and then state space. Now what actually this state space equation means? In state space analysis, we are concerned with three types of variables that are involved in modeling of dynamic system. That is input variables, output variables, and then state variables. The number of state variables to completely define the dynamic of a system is equal to the number of integrators involved in the system. Yes, assume that the multiple input, multiple output system, that is MIMO system, multiple input and multiple output system, which involves integrators. Now assume that there are R inputs. So what is this R input? U1 of t, U2 of t up to UR of t, and M output. M output means Y1 of t, Y2 of t, and then up to Ym of t. So R of input, what you have considered? R means your input. So I am defining input as U1 of t, U2 of t up to UR of t, and M is your output. So output I can define as Y1 of t, Y2 of t, and up to so on Ym of t. Yes. So in pictorial form, what we can define as, so we are defining n inputs of the integrator as a system variable, x1 of t, x2 of t, and so on up to xn of t. Then the system can be described by, so one system is given, you are having an input, u are your input and y is your output. A system described by the state variable x1, x2, so on up to xn. These are your state variables, and input vector is your u and output vector is your m. So m it is defined as y. So y1 of t, y2 of t up to ym of t. Those are your outputs, and u of t, u2 of t up to ur of t. This is your input vector. So how we can define as saying the equation x1 dot of t and then x2 dot of t. So x1 dot of t, how I can define as, it is the function f1 in bracket x1, x2 up to xn, and u is your input, that is u1, u2 up to ur of t. Also defining another function, that is x2 of t. So x2 of t I can define as function of 2, that is f2 equals to x1 comma x2 up to xn, and then u1 comma u2 up to ur of t. So these equations can be made up to xn of t, fn in bracket x1, x2, so on up to xn, and then u1, u2 up to ur of t. So this is how we can define our state space equations. So n outputs of the integrator as a state variable x1, x2 up to xn, then the system can be described by this following equations. So now as I have defined the inputs, similarly I can define the outputs. The output y1 of t, y2 of t up to ym of t of the system may be given as. So previously I have written the inputs as x1 and x2. These are your inputs. And now I am writing your output, that is y1 of t, as g1 function of x1, x2 up to xn, u1, u2, u up to ur of t. Also y2 of t, that is second output, how I can define it as g2 in bracket x1, x2 up to xn, u1, u2 up to ur of t. And it can be defined up to ym of t equals to gm in bracket x1, x2 up to xn, u1 of t, u2 of t up to ur of t. So these are your input and output equation. X1 was your input equation, and y of t, that was your output equations. So how to write this input and output equation? See, input equation can be written as x of t equals to x1, x2 up to xn of t. It will be function of x, u and t. It is given as in matrix form. So writing f1 in bracket x1, x2 up to xn, u1, u2 up to ur of t, and so on up to fn. Fn x1 of x2, xn, and up to u1, u2, and then ur of t. So x of t, this is your input equation, and it is the representation for input. Now, how to represent the output equation? So output equation, it is defined by y of t. So y of t, it will be your coefficients y1 of t, y2 of t up to ym of t, and g is the function of x, u, and t. So how it can be written in matrix form? G1 in bracket x1, x2 up to xn, and then u, that is your input function, that is u1, u2, ut up to gm x1, x2 up to xn, and u1, u2 up to ur with respect to time t. So how to write this? The input equation of u of t? U of t, it can be written as, it is a column matrix. Yes, always remember that u of t matrix, it is a column matrix, and this x of t and y of t, these are your square matrix. X of t and y of t are your square matrix, and u of t is your column matrix, means it will have only a single column. So the equation 2 to 8 and 2 to 9, it can be become as x of t. X of t equals to function of x, u, and then t, and y is the output equation. It can be written as g in bracket x, u, and then t, where the equation 2 to 10 is the state equation, and the equations from 2 to 11 is the output equation. So 2 to 10 equation, these are also called as the input equation. Input equation are also called as the state equations, which will be denoted by the term x. X means input. Keep that in mind. X of t, that is your input equation or the state equation. And the equations which are represented by y of t, these are called as the output equations, which will be represented by y of t. So if the vector function f or the g is involved with the time explicitly, then the system is called as the time varying system. Okay. So if the equation 2 to 10 means your input equation or the state equations, and 2 to 11 are your output equations, then we have the following linearized. Yes, this is very, very important. Take the screenshot of this slide or note it down in your copy. These are your state equations. So how to represent the input equation or the state equation? X of t, this is your input equation, and y of t is your output equation. So x of t, it will be defined as a t x of t plus b t u of t, ax plus bu. In short, you can also write as x of t equals to ax of t plus bu of t, and output matrix or output equation y of t equals to c x of t plus d u of t. So these a b c d are your matrix. So that matrix can be 3 by 3 matrix or 2 by 2 matrix. A, B, C, D are your A, B are your input matrix, C and D are your output matrix. So how to write the input equation? X of t equals to A x of t plus B u of t. This is your input equation, and y of t equals to C x of t plus D u of t. This is your output equation. Yes, keep these two equations in mind always for the state space modeling or the analysis of state space. X of t is your input equation or the state equation, and y of t is your output equation. It will always be defined like this only. X of t equals to a x of t plus b u of t, and y of t equals to c x of t plus d u of t. In this, A is your square matrix, B is also your square matrix, and I have told you U of matrix is your column matrix, C matrix is your row matrix, and D matrix, it can be a row matrix or a column matrix. C matrix, it will always be a row matrix. Okay, so keep that in mind. These two equations, very, very important. These are your state space equation. If anybody asks you what are the state equations, you should tell directly that a state equations, it consists of input equation and output equation. So input equation, it can be given as x of t equals to a x of t plus b u of t, and then output equation y of t, it can be defined as c x of t plus d u of t. Keep that in mind. So see what A, B, C, and D matrix, these are called. In many competitive exams, you are always asked, what is this A matrix called? What is this B matrix it is called? C matrix is called as what? And then D matrix. So keep that in mind. A matrix, it is called as a state matrix. Keep that in mind. A matrix in your this equation, state space equation, A, B, C, and D. These are matrix. So A matrix, it is called as the state matrix. What is this B matrix? It is called as, then B matrix, it is called as the input matrix. C matrix, it is also called as the output matrix, and thus keep that in mind, very, very important. D matrix, it is called as direct transmission matrix. Yes. So A matrix, it is called as a state matrix. B is your input matrix. C is your output matrix. And then D is your direct transmission matrix. So a block diagram representation of the equation 2 to 12 and 2 to 13 is as shown in the below figure. Yes, how this state space equation can be represented with the following figure, it is shown in the block diagram representation. Okay, so this is the block diagram equation. So U of t is the input matrix which is given to B. B is also called as your input matrix. That's why it is in starting from. So B matrix, it is given to the summing point. Yes, after the integration of your B matrix, we will get the output matrix, that is C matrix. It is shown here. So this is your C matrix. B matrix is your input matrix. By doing the integration, that is x dot of t. X dot of t means it is your first derivative. And after derivative, take the integration of dt. What I will get? Integration of x dot of t, it will be x of t. Then x of t is given to your C of t matrix. That is your output matrix. So output matrix, it will be given as y of t. And what is your transmission matrix? It is your D of t, which is shown from the loop from upper side, and A of t is your state matrix, which is given by x dot of t. So here A x dot of t, by taking the derivative of x of t, I will get x dot of t. So how I can define this total block diagram with the help of state equation is like that only. X of t equals to Ax of t plus B u of t, and then y of t equals to C x of t plus D u of t. So like this way, we have represented the state equation in the block diagram form. So if the vector, so if the vector function f and g do not plus DUT state space equation by simplifying. Now equation 214 called as the state equation of the linear invariant system, and equation 2 to 15, it is called as the output equation for the same system. So these are your state equations. First, x dot of t equals to ax of t plus bu of t, and y dot of t equals to cx of t plus d u of t. So second equation y of t, it is called as the output equation, and first equation, that is x dot of t, it is called as the state equation. Now what is the correlation between the transfer function and the state space equation? Previously we have seen the transfer function model. For calculating the stability of the system, we use the transfer function model. Now what is the correlation between this transfer function and the state space? So what is actually the correlationship between the transfer function and the state space equation is, so the transfer function of the continuous time invariant linear system and the state space model can be derived by the following way. First, taking the Laplace transform. So we are having the state equation. What is my state equation? X dot of t equals to ax of t plus bu of t. So taking the Laplace transform. So x dot means your first derivative. So in Laplace transform, x dot of t, it will become as s into x of s. And then ax of t, it will become as ax of s. And bu of t, it will become as bu of s. First step is that take the Laplace transform of your state equation. I have taken the Laplace transform and yields it become as xs of s plus ax of s plus bu of s. Now next we have to simplify x of s by giving c now. So I have taken bu of s in one side and then s x of s and then ax of s from another side. So I have taken x of s common. So what it will be? There will be identity matrix si minus a into x of s equals to b u of s, and thus x of s equals to si minus a inverse into b u of s. Now substituting this x of s value in the output equation. What is my output equation? Y of s equals to cx of s plus du of s. This is my output equation. Now replace the value of x of s as si minus a inverse into bu of s. That is y of s equals to csi minus a inverse into bu of s plus du of s. I have replaced x of s value in the output equation. What is my output equation? Y of s equals to cx of s plus du of s. So because of the transfer function g of s, it can be defined as the ratio of the output to the input of the system. We can take as g of s equals to, g of s is your transfer function. So how we can define the transfer function? Transfer function, it is defined as output by input. So y of s divided by u of s. And now substitute the expression for y of s with respect to u of s. So this is your actual transfer function. So transfer function g of s equals to c si minus a inverse into b plus u of. So this keep in mind. This is very important for solving the next numericals for the state space analysis. That is g of s equals to c si minus a inverse into b plus d. If anybody asked you, check the stability of the system with the help of state space analysis. So this is your formula, c si minus a inverse into b plus d. Okay. So this was the basic or the main terms related to the state space analysis. Also, we have derived the formula to calculate the transfer function by using the state space analysis. This is your formula, g of s equals to c si minus a inverse into b plus d. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow we will solve the numericals related to the transfer function of the state space analysis by using this formula. G of s equals to c si minus a inverse into b plus d. What are your c, a, b and d? These are your matrices. In upcoming questions, you will be given the matrices, that is a, b and c and d, and you have to calculate the state space equation by using the equations of input equation and then output equation. Okay. Okay, then that's it for today. Tomorrow we will see or solve the many more numericals related to the state space analysis by using this formula for state space equation, that is G of S equals to C Si minus A inverse into B plus D. Okay. Okay, then thank you, class. Stay safe, stay at home, and take care. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. Today or tomorrow we will discuss the more numericals related to this state space equation. Thank you, class.